So this is my postpartum experience. I'm so grateful for my body. Either you breastfeed or you don't. This is a new life. This is a new you. Will I ever sleep a full night again? I didn't have that much tearing, but I did get some stitches. I took a mirror and I looked at her. I do not love breastfeeding. Communication with your partner is everything. Hello lovely followers and welcome to a new video. This week is not a vlog. This week I will go through my postpartum experience up till now. I've decided to divide everything into the days at the hospital, the 2 first weeks at home, 1 month postpartum, and then up till now. Just want to point out that every pregnancy, every birth, every baby is different, and so is the postpartum experience. This is just my experience and what I went through. You guys have also asked me some questions about if I experienced any baby blues and how I handled it, how to handle less sleep, if I'm able to do things with my baby outside the house and how, and I do definitely understand all these questions and I will go through all of them. So for me, the 2 first days at the hospital was like a love bubble. I was full of adrenaline, I was feeling energized, I was so happy, I had my little baby. I remember my boyfriend being more tired than me, probably because I was so high on adrenaline. This thing like being exhausted from giving birth had not really kicked in for me. I was super hungry during the nights though. I definitely recommend bringing bars in your hospital bag because I was eating like 3 bars per night. So I guess people are wondering about the physical parts. You have given birth. I had a very smooth and good birth. I didn't tear too much. I have a 2nd degree of tearing. And you're really swollen and you also still have pain reliefs in your body. I had the epidural and even though you don't really feel it, you still have it. It wasn't that bad for me in the hospital, to be honest. Some advice on what to bring is a peri bottle because it's so nice to be able to flush water. In the hospital, I used a diaper, but I'm so happy that when I got back home, I had the Frida Mom boxers. They were also really nice to have outside the diaper. And for anyone that has not given birth yet, why you have a diaper after giving birth is because you bleed. You have a wound inside of you and you bleed. You do that for a couple of days or even weeks. One thing that I'm also happy that I brought to the hospital is the Frida Mom foam because it's a bit cooling and it's also just so soft and healing. Feeling from the hospital was just pure happiness, feeling energized, and I was even able to walk home, which I didn't know that you could do after giving birth. So the first 2 weeks for us was mostly like a love bubble. I remember thinking, will I ever sleep a full night again? For someone who likes to have organized home and like feeling that it's a clean and not messy, it was a bit hard for me to just be like, okay, let's leave it. But that's what I decided for myself. Like for 2 weeks, I'm not even gonna think about picking up things. It can be messy, it can be bad, like it's okay because we're recovering, we have a baby. For 2 weeks, we basically stayed in bed. My boyfriend went out running, did his workout, but to be honest, we actually stayed in bed and I didn't want to do anything else. Like we moved the TV into the bedroom, watched series, ate. I know that people are saying, like they talk a lot about the sleep with a newborn, but the shock for me was how often they ate because I was breastfeeding all the time. I remember the baby being on me like all the time. Like she could breastfeed for like 45 minutes. She was awake for like 5-10 minutes. You can have her in your lap and like, yeah, talk to her, whatever you do with the little baby. And then she got a little bit sad and she wanted to breastfeed for comfort to go to sleep. Breastfed her again for like 30 minutes and she fell asleep in my arms and we were not able to like move her at that point. At 2 weeks, they just want to be close. And I also want to add here that you often see on TikTok these women doing like so much milk, like they produce so much milk, like they have their freezer full of breast milk. I could never. You can train it a little bit, like you can pump and you can get more milk, but that's a full-time job, to be honest. I have not been like lucky with an oversupply, so we've been having like really long feeding sessions. You often do in the beginning, but I feel like we've been having like quite long feeding sessions throughout throughout the full time. So once again, during these 2 weeks, I think I was still in quite a love bubble, and I was just very accepting of that the baby is on top of me. I also thought it was very cozy. I was also tired. We were just enjoying. My partner handled meals, grocery shopping, always made me my morning coffee. And during this 2 weeks period, I also remember that the swelling started to go down there, and I had such painful days. But it didn't last for long. Let me remind you that we have a lot of blood vessels down there, so this is an area that heals really fast. Of course, I didn't have that much tearing, but I did get some stitches, so they were itching a lot. And I think that maybe day 7 or 5 or something like that at home, I was in so much pain. Nothing helped. Sorry to scare you, but I was crying. It was so painful. But it was only for a day and a half, and then it passed. So please just keep in mind, like, it hurts, it's the stitches, and it passes, but it was painful. I then did something that they say you shouldn't do. I took a mirror and I looked at her. And let me tell you, I was surprised. She looked good. I could see the stitches, like it wasn't that bad. Around 1 month or like 4 weeks, that's when reality really settled for me, I think. Of course, I was still so happy and grateful, but you can still be that and still have a hard time, let's be honest. So this is probably when the sleep deprivation for me really hit, and also the hormones are like wild and crazy. I remember crying a lot, crying often, and also feeling very overwhelmed of having someone on top of me all the time. And all I saw was moms saying that they loved breastfeeding, and please understand me right, because there's some beautiful part. There's nothing cozier than a little hand or like searching your body and like touching you and you look into their eyes. Like, it's beautiful, but it's demanding. Oh my god. I do not love breastfeeding. I can love parts of it, but I definitely found it hard and limiting, to be honest. What I said about the long feeding session, that cost me having the baby all the time, so my partner couldn't really take the baby. I also started feeling like I should be doing things, maybe not at 1 month, but maybe at like 6 weeks. I saw people on the internet starting to working out. I haven't even been out on my first like stroller walk. I gave myself the permission to just rest. Like, you have had a baby, Alex, like you can rest. I was also having a lot of back pain from co-sleeping and breastfeeding. Still, the co-sleeping made it possible for us to not be up like 5 times per night. At this point we were waking maybe 2 times per night. One thing that was so strange that I actually still have is that I started to have knee pain. So I looked it up, and apparently when some hormones changes during postpartum, this is very common. I don't remember exactly why. The ligaments are weakened or something like that. So it's very common to have knee pain. So it's better now. But I remember having a really hard time, and I was like an old person in the morning. We got into week 6, I think it was, so like 1.5 months. I was so exhausted. So for a while we started that in the morning, one of us take the baby after breastfeeding, and the other one like fix the bedroom, make the bed, open the windows, like make coffee. We also set the rule that my boyfriend will take 5 of those mornings. I've had her all night, it's your turn. This also made it possible for me that if he brought her up, I could actually stay in bed and have like a sleep in. I don't do that often anymore, but at that point, like 1.5 months, it was so needed. Also had a talk about what was important to me, not like take the baby, clean, blah blah blah, but what's important to me. Important to me is that I get to have a slow moment in the morning to have my coffee. Communication with your partner is everything, and especially at this point, because you will be tired. This is a new life that's starting to sink in. We have a lot of hormones, and we need to be allowed to like cry. We need to be allowed to have some outbursts. Our partners need to be understanding of that, and that is also something you can talk to your partner. Like, I'm feeling sensitive right now, I'm feeling irritated, I'm feeling blah blah blah. like that's okay. Many of you have been asking if I'm able to go out with my baby or like if I found it stressful to do that. There's so many times we just had to walk home because she was screaming. If you're there right now, I just want to say, give it time. Like, give it time. It will get better. They want to be close all the time, so it's panic as soon as they're hungry, as soon as they're tired, like it's panic. For a while, I think we decided to stay at home a little bit more. Remember when we came to like 10 or 12 weeks and we were like, she is the easiest baby ever. She started to sleeping independently in her little moon, as you see in the back. Started to sleeping like 3 hours. So suddenly I had so much time for myself. I could take a shower, I could fix my hair, I can do my makeup. Like, I had so much time. And that takes us into like 3 months, up till now 4 months. Mentally and physically, I feel so much better. I still have some hormonal ups and downs, like days I don't feel my best, but my energy is back. I feel this need to get outside, to do things. I feel creative. I feel like I want to move my body. She is so much easier. Like, you can really feel that she's gone from this newborn phase to this baby phase, meaning that she doesn't have to be close to you. Her heartbeat and her breathing and her nervous system is not connected to me anymore in the same way that as they are in the beginning. When we wake up in the morning, which we often do at 8, she still sleeps in the bed and we can go up and do our coffee and like have our moment, and she wakes up like 9. I hope it continues that way. My back is not hurting anymore. I think it's also because I've started moving a little bit. I don't try to push it. I don't try to do like too much high intensity. I think that helps with the pain as well. Yes, I felt my body changing. I have some loose skin. It doesn't look like before, but I'm so grateful for my body in a different way for what it's gone through. Like carrying a baby, creating a baby, give birth to it, and then look at my daughter and see how beautiful and cute she is. It's just like, wow, my body did this. So one more thing that we did that I think is like the best thing we did is that we introduced some formula. I think I've always thought about it like either you breastfeed or you don't, but combo feeding was our savior. So 90% of the time I breastfeed, but 10% we give formula. So whenever we're out, like going to a cafe or going to an event or going to a restaurant, we bring formula so that she can have a bottle in the stroller. What formula has also been doing for us is that it has given me time for me. I can now go work out without stressing home because if she wakes up, Henry can give her a bottle. I promise you that makes me a better mom because I come home, I have been energized with what I like to do, in moving, which gives me good hormones in my body. I know that moms often talk about losing themselves, which is very common when you become a mom because you focus so much on someone else. This is also a good way to be like building your identity or like your identity as a new mom. Like working out for me is definitely part of that. May not be as before, but it's something that I find very important to me. We've come to some kind of summary and I'm just trying to like get back to the questions you asked me. So one was, how do I feel when I do things with the baby? And now I feel so much better, but this feeling of being overwhelmed is definitely something that I relate to. Maybe some of you do too. I think the combo feeding was definitely a solution for us. If you want to combo feed, please do it. Like it could definitely be a solution for you to feel less overwhelmed. But if you want to exclusively breastfeed, continue to do that. I just want to say like give it time, because I can definitely see that the more time that passes, she becomes more secure. She falls asleep in the stroller. She's okay with being in the stroller. It's not like this panic feeling of like she's crying and so on that can happen in the beginning. So just give it time. Next question was how to get past baby blues, and I think that try to understand yourself. Like what are you actually feeling or scared of or thinking of, and talk to your partner. That feeling of being overwhelmed could also be like hormones. Be nice to yourself. Like there's no must. You have given birth, you've created a human. It's like a new life. Please give it time. So I got a question on how to handle sleep deprivation. I think that I'm quite lucky that I have a baby that sleeps quite well. I feel like we do get to sleep, but If I go back to the times when I did feel it, I would also say again, like, please be nice to yourself. There's no must. Take a nice shower, enjoy your coffee, maybe like romanticize your coffee routine, like foam your milk. If you buy a nice cup, I don't know, make it a moment, like romanticize what you have. Once again, with a newborn or during postpartum, I just want to say everything passes, good and bad. Just give it some time. Everything passes is the best advice I can give someone that just had a baby or will. It saved my mind so many times just thinking, okay, this is now, this is not forever. So just to finish this video off, feels like I've been babbling so much. Once again, postpartum can look so different for anyone. I think that my experience of both giving birth, being pregnant, having a baby, being postpartum is overall a very good experience. But of course, like, there's some pain, there's some struggles. This is a new life, this is a new you. I try to talk a lot about not focusing on going back to the old you. You are creating a new version of you, and it's gonna be the best one ever. So please keep that in mind. And let me know in the comments if you have any additional questions. Other than that, please follow me on Instagram, subscribe, like, and comment, and I see you next week.